Hi guys, we're the Tattoo Teachers.
In bed.
That's not what you think.
It's not.
We're going to talk to you today about getting ready to go back to school. Are we excited about that?
We are excited.
We are.
Well, we're excited because we
we're
don't have to do it. But we hope you're excited. You should be. We'll talk about that in just a minute.
See you in a minute.
Back to school time, and we know you're excited. The kids are excited, even if they act like they're not excited. They are. They want to get back.
Fresh, clean, shiny floors. I don't know. I like seeing that when I first walked in the school building each day.
That does
I mean, at the
feel
beginning of the
good
year.
because most of us don't have that at home.
We definitely don't.
We definitely do not, and we're home all the time. But yeah, it is nice to come back to a clean classroom, clean halls, and everybody's got a little extra pep in their step.
So thank the maintenance staff for just a minute. Let them know that you really appreciate seeing those
Absolutely.
gleaming, shiny floors. You know, it is a team effort. Everybody at the school is a team.
Yep.
So you need to start the school year. I hope you start the school year with that in mind. That we're a team here, and our goal is to serve our students and teach our students the best with the best environment possible.
And one of the best ways to do that is to start it. And it's a great point Rebecca made, to start it with a grateful heart. And one of the best ways you can get off, and I hadn't planned on going down this road, but you started this thing, is go around and see those folks who were there all summer, most of the summer, especially your maintenance and custodial staff, and say, hey, appreciate the work you did, everything looks great. And I'm going to tell you, those guys, a lot like your favorite bartender,
look, you need them.
yeah, they're going.
You need them to be on your side.
Well, that wasn't what I was going to say.
That.
But that sounds like the voice of experience. You take care of them; they're going to take care of you,
That's
and
right.
it's just natural that we all like a friendly face in front of us, and you know we don't like having somebody just barking at us all the time about the things that we're doing wrong or they perceive
the air
us wrong.
conditioner breaks.
Yeah, I mean those folks don't have control over that sort of thing. So hey, just from a self-interest standpoint, and I'm all about self-interest. Woohoo! Only child. Go to those people, tell them how much you appreciate it, and go ahead and set yourself up for that time when you really are going to need them, and maybe you're not at the top of the list, but it's amazing how quickly you can move to the top of the list if you're a nice person. Mm-hmm. Your schedule, of course, is about to change quite a bit because you're about to go into the classroom after having your toes in the sand, been out in the sun, hopefully had that sunscreen on. You're hydrated, you're well rested, you've read some good books, you lost all that weight that you were going to talk about. We know you did. You lost all that weight because you worked out all summer to get that beach body in. So now it's time to get back into that frame of mind to begin shaping the future for those children. One thing that I had one of the hardest things to adjust to was how much time I was going to be on my feet beginning in August and September compared to what I had done all summer. Even though, you know, I mowed, or, you know, if I was involved with coaching or whatever the situation was at home, my body was never as prepared as it needed to be for the amount of time I was going to spend on my feet. And those first couple of weeks back were tough on my back, the backs of my legs. So probably a good idea to get out and get some walking in, get some leg presses in, something you can do to kind of get yourself conditioned for getting back into the classroom.
Find some nice shoes that are have that sole, whatever.
Yeah, those are like comfortable shoes. You definitely want some comfortable shoes if you haven't gone out and hit the back to school sales yet. I'm retired. I love shoes, so I didn't care about comfort. I cared about how they looked, and when you're retired, you kind of pay for that, walking on those, I don't know, either non-supportive shoes all your life or whatever. But anyway, take care of your feet. I was about the comfort because, like I said before, those days were long. You were on your feet so much, so Find something comfortable. Find something that's going to support. I know teachers who keep a pair of just nice, comfortable shoes in their classroom. They'll wear the dressy stuff so that everybody can see them, you know, do their little teacher stroll in the morning, but then they get on the work shoes to actually get them through the day, and that's cool too.
That's probably the best advice there.
Yeah, I can't imagine it, you know, who would have a problem with that.
I'm sure teachers with any amount of experience has already learned, you know,
Right.
you need to take care of your feet. Well, you do forget that you've got to work back into, you forget how much strain you put on your legs, because teachers, we don't sit down a lot. You know, we're walking around in that classroom and we're standing in front of the class a whole lot. So,
Right. And you may have
back into it.
you may have an administrator that has heard this line or has bought into this idea that you're never supposed to sit down. Administrator, if you're watching, that's bull crap. I don't care what they told you at the central office. That's just not realistic. Teacher, you have to sit down occasionally. You've got to put that attendance in. You've got to look at some papers. You've got to find things. So, you know, if somebody gives you a bunch of junk about that, tell them to holler at me, and I'll clue them in on the reality. The other thing is as Rebecca mentioned, are the veteran teachers who may be watching this know all of this. So let's talk to those young teachers real quick. Young, skinny teacher, full of energy, with rainbows in your eyes and stars about how the future is going to be and how you're going to change the world. Keep doing what you're doing. But understand that one day you're not going to be 20-something. You're not, hopefully, but probably not as skinny as you are now. Your diet will change the longer you stay in this business. And you need to take care of your body now like a professional athlete would, like anyone that works outside with, you know, where their body is a lot of their work.
All I'm hearing is fat people are giving me advice about my body.
All right. Fine then. Tell them about your back surgery.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm listening.
That's what I thought. Folks, talk to anyone that knows anything about human anatomy and physiology. There's a lot of stress on your frame when you're up on your feet all day, especially for your back, for your neck, your shoulders, and back. There's a lot of stress there, and you don't have to meet a lot of veteran teachers without hearing a story about somebody that's having back trouble. So take care of yourself early so that you're ready for the long haul when you're a 25, 30-year veteran, and you want to be as healthy as you can be when you hand in your keys for the last time and ride off into the sunset to enjoy the fruits of your labors. So please take care of yourself. Go ahead now. Start on a good sleeping schedule. Start preparing yourself to go into bed, you know, relatively early. You need to stay hydrated. Kind of get yourself adapted to a diet that you're going to observe during the school year. Hopefully you're able to get in your classroom and go ahead and get your stuff put up and get it arranged the way you want it arranged, because it's going to be hot, hot, hot. And the chaos is going to begin quickly, and it will not subside for a time. I know you're thinking, well, we've got professional development or we have faculty meetings in the morning, and I've got all afternoon to work on my room. Well, you do and you don't. Yeah, that time may be blocked out, but your teacher neighbors are going to be in and out of your classroom wanting to question you. Those who prepped early or those who don't do any prep are going to get bored. They're scared the principal's going to say something or look at them mean if they leave early. So they're going to come hang out in your classroom, listen to your Pandora channels, or maybe change them while you're trying to work. So go ahead and get that done now. Don't tell anybody you're going up there. Just go and holler at the office, say, hey, I'm going to be done in my room. And just go on and get that stuff done, because I promise you there's very little alone time once school actually begins.
That's true. So to sum it up, I guess our advice is appreciate the teamwork that you have, and
Yep.
tell the people around you appreciate the work that they've done. And I know I went through part of my, especially my early life, thinking if it's their job, I don't have to thank them for it because it's their job. And that's just not the case. The older I get, the more I know. People just love that little pat on the back, and I was never
Yep.
real good at patting people on the back, really. So, so do that. So do that. It only gets you further in their eyes.
Yep.
So, number one, appreciate the people around you. Love those floors when you first walk in, because you know you won't see them after retirement.
You won't see them after the first week, probably.
Yeah, that's true, that's
when they
true.
start getting trampled by the herd.
That's true. Get yourself hydrated and mentally ready and physically ready, I guess, is what we're mentally. You might already be getting there, but
Yeah.
physically, you need to remember you're going to be on your feet. You're going to, maybe need to get some shoes that help you wander around the classroom,
Right.
and things like that. What am I leaving out?
One last thing.
Healthy diet.
Absolutely healthy diet. You're going to be spending a lot of time in front of a computer screen, which you may or may not have done during the summer. Take it from someone who has had some neck
Yeah,
issues
yeah,
over
me
the
too.
years. Please adjust your screen and your desk chair so that it provides the most support for your lower back, and you're not craning your neck out to see the screen. Adjust the height of the screen so that you're not having to, because I've got a disc issue now that I've had for years. The point of that little finger has almost no feeling in it because of pressure there, and you don't want that. And
Almost everybody I know in the school system that does a lot of computer work has that.
Yeah.
Has that neck, back.
and it's all about the
issue, and
position
you're
and the
right.
distance between the chair and the screen, and we sit what we think is comfortably kind of slouched down because we're not really thinking of it as work. Well, it is work, and you need to have that back support. You need to have your neck where it's not, you're not having to lean in to see what you're doing, or maybe get you one of those big ball chairs or something that will force you to improve your posture. But I promise you need to take care of that because you're going to be in front of that screen a lot. And take breaks. You forget when you're staring at a screen how much strain there is on your eyes. Set a timer like you would do in the classroom about every 20 minutes. Get up, take a walk around, stretch, get a drink, and then of water, and then come back. I'm talking to teachers, and then come back and do that. And I promise you, those breaks will pay off for you. They'll pay off for you now. They'll pay off for you when you're old and retired.
I want you to have a great school year. For us around here,
Yep.
in our area, schools only start, it's right
Just a
upon
few weeks
us.
away.
It's almost here. So we start really early here in our area.
Yeah.
So enjoy your school year.
Yep.
Hope you have a great one.
Like,
We'll be thinking about you the whole school year while
not
we're
the whole
sleeping
school
in.
year. While we're sleeping in.
Dreaming about you, maybe.
Like, subscribe, share, talk about this at home, talk about this with your teacher neighbors, and hey, get the word out. If you're a kid, if you have a kid, if you know a kid,
If you've ever been a kid.
if you've ever been a kid, please subscribe. I think we know some things that you would probably like to know too. See ya.
Experience and failure is your best teacher.
And we're the best at it. Bye.
Have a good one.